Hi there, this is Zoro. Pretty much got a Neos profile for the day. Um, yeah, because they got new support. Hero overall got three new cards, but the trap cards like okay. It just has some conditions to it. And it is searchable. I'm pretty sure with Spirit Neos, but again, not many hero decks are gonna use it. Unless it becomes more accessible, like an actual hero that searches a trap card that's easy to get out than wasting Spirit Neos to search. But realistically, I guess you could tech it into maybe like an Omni Hero deck. The other two are Armed Neos and the Flame Infernal Rage Wingman. Uh, Both quite good cards. Armed Neos is very situational, but he's quite a powerful card. And the Infernal Rage actually helps quite a lot. So yeah, I'll just get into it and see where we get to. So we got the double Neos and double Spirit Neos. Pretty standard for them too. I think you don't want three of each, kind of bricky in your hand, but you don't want one of each because you kind of need them. Just saying, like that's kind of like perfect ratio for those two. And then we've got triple Stratos. Um, I think that's pretty standard as well. Searching the heroes is pretty good. Sometimes I think three is too much, but I think I just prefer to have them at three at the moment. You could take one out and put a third crosskeeper in because I only use two of those, or another card. But yeah, for now that's it. Those three. So one liquid and one shadow mist. Pretty happy with those ratios. You don't need another liquid and you don't need another shadow mist. You don't want mass change in Neos. You could potentially, but overall I think it's better just not to. So these two are pretty great. And then on to the double crosskeeper. As I said before, you could run three of these if you wanted to. Really good card. But at the moment, I'm pretty happy with two. Sometimes you kind of draw and you're like, oh, okay. You can send it to Grave as well from like Neos Fusion for Brave Neos and then draw two if you in that sort of situation. And then one Arm Dragon Thunder level 10. So for Arm Dragon targets, you can use Arm Dragon level 10. You can use Dark Arm Dragon. Like any Arm Dragon you want based on level wise. For the Arm Neos, you could go for like level 7 or lower so you don't accidentally nuke the entire board and then not have anything to swing over with Arm Neos. But overall, you kind of just want the highest level just to destroy as much as possible. If you're gonna nuke the board, like hopefully that's not like your only line of play, but still Xyz and links won't get affected by it. So there's still a good chance you're gonna have something to kill. And then one Dark Panther, one Mole, one Humming, and one Aqua. They're the four Neospatians I run. You could potentially cut maybe one or two of them out, just run two, but you need three to summon the Cosmo Neos. So I think having those four, they're all targets for Infernal Devicer. So I think that's quite important. But yeah, overall, I'd say these five are quite bricky. This can help you win in time, which is kind of nice. This can help hand traps. Mole can sometimes out stuff, and Panther can sometimes copy a good effect. But very situational effects, very situational. But that's the monster lineup. And then for spells, I run triple Neos Fusion, kind of standard, fusion summon from deck. It's pretty good. If you got Ash the first one, you can just use the second one. It's pretty nice. Triple EN Engage Neos, so it's literally the best card in this deck. Really good. Sets up the entire plays. Triple A Hero Lives. Just get a Stratos out. Stratos, anything really at that point. Usually it's just Stratos though with this. So yeah, it's pretty handy. It's just a good start and good Ash bait as well, to be honest. I do run triple tactics. If I owned thrusts, I'd probably try and run like a 2-2 ratio on them. 2 thrusts, 2 tactics. But I don't own thrust, so at the moment it's just kind of triple tactics. It's been pretty good, to be honest. Really good strong card. When you go first, you can look at your opponent's hand or draw two. If you go second, you can probably take something or just one of those other two effects. So yeah, you might be able to hear my cat scratching near me. And then we run 2 EN shuffle, 2 instant contact, and 2 poly. So there's 2 off ratios. You can run poly at 1, but it's kind of like if you hard draw EN engage near space and the poly, it's just not good. You don't really want that to happen. That's why you always want 1 poly in deck. But it's not also it's not always like a brick either. So that's the reason we're trying a poly. And then 2 VCDs. They're really strong cards, but like if you see multiples of them in your hand, you just like, oh great. You just don't want to see multiple. This is probably the better one out of them two, just because it can change a shadow, change a near space or any of your heroes into Spirit Neos. That's like the main reason that one is better. But currently I like 2 of each, quite a nice ratio. And then the one ofs are 1 EN wave, 1 pull by, 1 miracle, 1 other miracle, and 1 rotor, and then the 1 trap god is favorite. So it's searchable with the infernal, so you only really need 1. Ideally, you're going to just kind of be killing your opponent with this. You could run more than 1 if you think your grind game is going to come up. 2 would be nice. You could maybe take the poly out. So you have 1 poly and then 2 favorite contact. 1 rotor because they're warriors. Miracle contact is a Neos deck, so it makes sense. It's like the spell version of favorite contact, basically. A little bit different, but yeah, it's your Miracle Fusion for Neos. It's pretty good. And then Miracle Fusion again, searchable, really good card. Call by, staple, and hand traps are just not your friends. And EM Wave, I don't usually like using this, but with the Infernal Rage coming out, I find that you search this off the Spirit Neos instead of like favorite contact a lot more. And as a one-off, again, you don't want to see it in your hand. You just want like search it. It gets you access to your like 3rd near space, a lot of the times, to then skip your opponent's turn. Again, the whole skipping turn thing's like more of like a gimmick. But you could make this deck for going 2nd, and it probably would OTK a lot easier, or just break boards with like Dark Rulers and stuff. But at the moment, I'm pretty content with it. So that's the main deck. And then the extra deck is 1 Cosmonios, which is your turn skipper. Just such a strong card. But yeah, you only need 1. You're not going to summon him that often. On Armneos. Yeah, so we did run Rainbow Neos, but Armneos replaces Rainbow Neos because, in my opinion, he's actually better. So Rainbow Neos was better if your opponent had a board to break, but Armneos breaks the board as well. Then if he kills him in a battle, he can then quick effect you on the main phase, tag him out into another hero, which can even be this, ignoring the summoning condition. So like really, really good. He's not a hero though, he's a Neos. Same with Rainbow Neos. It's not an elemental hero, destiny hero, not a hero at all. So hero stuff won't work on him. 1 shining Neos Wingman. Again, like such a strong card. Like pops loads of stuff. Really brilliant card. But again, you only need 1. It's kind of like 1 of each of your boss monsters. 1 Nebula, again, like draw power. Negate something on the field. You don't really get him out that often. He's also a devicer target. Storm Neos, another devicer target, but also like I think he's a Harpy's Feather Duster when he's summoned, if I remember correctly. He's a Heavy Storm when he's summoned, but still really, really good card. They're 2 devicer targets, so they're like your boss ones, those ones there. And then we've got 1 Brave Neos, 1 Grand Neos, 1 Dark Neos, 1 Aqua Neos. They're your Neos targets. This is a generic one. These 2 require like Mole, Panther, and Dolphin. I don't have an Air Neos. I don't know if I'd even use Air Neos, honestly. But currently, that's what I have. I like those. And then 1 Wake Up, 1 Absolute, 1 Sunrise, 1 Infernal Rage, and then the 1 Flame Ring one. So, I might as well, and the 1 Devicer. So, because Devicer searches stuff. He's a one-off who doesn't get like come out that often because he if you use EN engage Neospace, you won't be able to summon him that time. So like that's the only downside to that. I mean, if you could probably turn skip consistently every single turn. But yeah, that's a downside to it. And then the one flame wingman, like he's an instant contact target. He's level 8, so he's not an instant contact target. And I still think he's useful to help you get out your shining wingman. So that's the main reason for him. Infernal Rage. Again, you need a one off of this. It searches your favorite trap, and if you summon with a Neos, he can tribute himself on something level 7 or lower hero from your deck or extra ignoring summoning conditions, which luckily summarizes a level 7, so you can just summon this and search a Miracle Fusion. Otherwise, you can just normally poly this out. Really good card. Absolute Zero, he's a ball breaker. He's actually a problem card a lot of times with people because he's like a Mirror Jade, but he triggers straight away. So a lot of people kind of struggle out on him. It's quite cool that he's mandatory as well, so in the chain he'll always be 1. And then the 1 Wake Up, because Wake Up just OTKs. Really, really strong card. But yeah, basically that's the profile. Neos, really cool deck. I love playing it. And you can just change it around with so many Neos stuff, Neos spacing stuff. You can just have fun. Do what you want. Make it going second variant. I'd prefer going first and trying to skip my opponent's turn. The whole like gimmick of it and making it like it's not that consistent is fun to me. I'm not for like turn skips where they're super consistent. But if they're quite fun and they can get stopped easily, I'm all for them because it's more rewarding if you actually get it off. But yeah, that's a profile. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Zara out.